Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you're sitting in the C-suite right now, you really need to listen up. Because you know that Wild West era of AI, where anyone could just build and launch whatever they wanted? Yeah, that's officially over. We are looking at a fundamental, ground-up transformation in how global organizations are actually allowed to build, deploy, and use artificial intelligence. Today, we're focusing strictly on the critical insights from Chapter 1 of the source material to unpack exactly what this new regulatory frontier means for your enterprise.
So, you might be wondering, is the era of ungoverned AI really over, or is this just, more corporate panic? Well, think about it. It really wasn't that long ago that having responsible AI was just a nice-to-have ethical principle, right? Just a nice little bullet point in a PR deck. But what Chapter 1 reveals is that this landscape has drastically shifted. Responsible AI is no longer optional. It's a strict legal and reputational imperative. You literally can't just promise to be good anymore. You are legally bound to prove it, and the consequences for failing to do so, they're getting incredibly severe.
So what's the fix? The solution to our new reality is building a unified governance architecture. Because right now, organizations are facing this rapidly expanding web of obligations. It's like a giant puzzle. And if you try to react to these regulations one by one, just scrambling to patch things up as new laws pass, you're gonna fail. The foundational insight here is that you've got to build a unified governance framework from the ground up, one that can actually support the weight of multiple regulatory frameworks at the exact same time.
All right, let's dive into Section 1, the heavyweight, the EU AI Act. Now, this act is a huge deal. It's the world's first comprehensive, legally binding framework governing artificial intelligence. We are talking about a massive global paradigm shift. It uses a very rigid, risk-based approach, basically sorting AI into 4 distinct buckets. At the very top, you have unacceptable risk, which is just outright banned, no way around it. Then comes high risk, which is heavily regulated. Below that is limited risk, requiring some transparency obligations, and finally, minimal risk, which is largely left alone. The absolutely crucial point for us is that high-risk tier. If your organization uses AI for things like employment, HR, credit scoring, or education, boom, you fall into this high-risk category. That means you are now legally required to undergo intense conformity assessments, maintain detailed technical documentation, and implement robust human oversight before you even think about deploying it.
Now, why should your board care about this right this second? 35 million euros. Consider this your strategic wake-up call. The enforcement penalties for the most serious violations of the EU AI Act can hit up to 35 million euros, or actually get this, 7% of your global annual revenue, whichever is higher. That is wild. This isn't just a slap on the wrist. This is a severe market access penalty that can fundamentally damage your enterprise and completely tank your bottom line.
Moving on to Section 2, the Consumer Champion, Colorado's ADMT Act.
As you'll see, the United States isn't just sitting around waiting for the federal government to figure this out. Colorado's landmark ADMT Act takes effect on January 1, 2027. Let's contrast these two frameworks real quick, because understanding this distinction is absolutely key to your strategy. On one side, we have the EU AI Act, which focuses on technical risk tiers, categorizing the tech itself based on potential harm. But over in Colorado, they take a targeted, consumer-centric approach. Instead of looking at the tech itself, they're looking at the consequences of automated decisions. They're laser-focused on high-stakes domains where AI makes life-altering choices for people. We're talking housing, healthcare, employment, financial services, and education.
And because Colorado focuses on that human impact, the law empowers everyday people with real enforceable rights. They have the right to be notified when automated tech is making a consequential decision about them. They have the right to opt out entirely. And crucially, they have the right to request a human review, basically saying, hey, I want a real person to look at this. This places a heavy, legally binding burden right on you, the deployer, to conduct robust impact assessments and keep up with very specific auditing and documentation rules.
So how do we handle all this? That brings us to Section 3, the path to convergence.
Okay, so we've got the EU focusing on technical risk and Colorado focusing on consumer consequences. Sounds like two completely different headaches, right? Actually, scratch that, because here's the ultimate strategic insight from Chapter 1 that ties this whole shebang together. They are heading toward the exact same destination. As the source material explicitly warns, organizations that treat them as separate compliance checklists will incur unnecessary duplication of effort. If you're a boardroom executive and you're treating the EU and Colorado laws as isolated legal problems, just separate boxes for your compliance team to tick, you are making a massive strategic error.
Instead of getting buried in isolated checklists, you can actually satisfy both frameworks by building around 3 shared pillars. Number 1, accountability. Number 2, transparency. And number 3, human oversight. If you build your organization's unified governance architecture around these 3 shared goals, you solve for both laws at the same time. This right here is where you gain a massive competitive advantage. By aiming for these 3 pillars, you gain operational efficiency, you drastically reduce your legal exposure, and honestly, you position your company as a trustworthy AI leader in the market. Which brings us to our final question, and a real challenge to leadership everywhere. Are you going to drown in a sea of duplicate compliance checklists, reacting out of fear to every new regulation? Or will you take immediate strategic action to build a unified AI architecture and emerge as a trustworthy leader? The shift from vague ethics to enforceable rights marks a turning point that C-suites literally cannot defer to their legal teams anymore. It's time to build responsible, compliant, and competitive AI programs across your entire enterprise. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this gives you the clarity you need to lead your organization forward. Catch you next time.